Well, hello, I'm Dexter.
Hey, I'm Oxnard.
Boss.
And we just saw White House Down.
All right.
And I don't even know where to begin.
I have a massive headache.
I liked it.
I almost walked out.
I thought
I'm
this
depressed. I'm angry.
I was amazed. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Every second, it was more shocking than the next.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what I was getting into until I saw directed by Roland Emmerich.
Oh, you didn't know it was Roland Emmerich?
I had no idea it was Roland Emmerich.
Really?
Yes,
Oh.
no clue. All I knew about this movie was that Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx were in it, and I didn't even know that Jamie Foxx was supposed to be the president.
Yeah,
I
I
just
knew
thought
that.
he was
I
in
didn't
it.
know that either.
I didn't know.
I didn't know anything either.
You know, I didn't know who was supposed to be the president. But it was, oh my god, this movie.
Can you? Okay,
What the
first
fuck?
of all,
I don't
can
even
you,
know where to fucking start.
besides the president's name, can you name any of the other people in this movie? But not the
Cale,
actors.
John Cale. That
John
was
Cale.
Channing Tatum's.
Not by their real names.
Yeah, not actually. That's true. Oh, and then Flanagan was that?
Who the fuck is that?
That was what's her face from The Dark Knight?
Oh yeah, she sucks.
Oh, Maggie
hate her.
Gyllenhaal.
Oh god.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to just be mean for the sake of being mean or anything, but I can't look at her face.
Oh, I don't like her either.
Every time I looked at her, they would have. There was one close
like
up
it's
in
melting a
particular where
little.
she like turned her head in a certain way, and I was like, "This woman, this is an alien. This is not a human being." That
She reminds me of
I was like,
the Droopy Dog cartoon. What is that guy called?
yeah,
Droopy.
Yeah,
yeah, no,
Droopy
no,
dog.
You don't know what that is?
Not Maggie Gyllenhaal.
That's his name, Droopy.
Droopy. Oh,
Yeah, Droopy,
that's
yeah.
me, Maggie
Now,
Gyllenhaal.
people said similar things.
she looks
In
like.
the
we
Dark
got to
Knight.
save the president.
You know, in the Dark Knight, people were saying similar things. I think
Yeah.
she really bad lighting on her
I
face.
think what it is,
Bad
and this is what I was
cheekbones.
thinking while I was watching the movie. The one actor who's normally a good actor, he played John C. Reilly's dad in Step Brothers.
Right.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was the
the awesome
what
guy.
the hell?
One
He
of
was
the
the
awesome.
Speaker of the House in the movie.
Speaker of the House, yeah.
Yeah.
With
My head is still
Spanish
swimming.
flea on his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His beeper, not his phone. Did you
And
pay
then,
attention
He's
at
an old
all?
man.
Yeah, what-
Um,
and then he was talking to her, and all I was trying to think of was like, maybe she's really good looking in person. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just like on TV or on,
I don't know.
on
Look,
the movie screen.
who
She just doesn't
cares?
look good.
Look,
I don't know, but it was
overall,
just-
this was horrible. This was
Yeah.
This is the most asinine representation of the American government I have ever seen. It
well,
was
a German
retarded.
guy made it.
I know Roland Emmerich. He doesn't. I mean, I know his movies are stupid, but wow,
He makes
man.
very patriotic.
Like I was
movies, feel like, though.
about to walk out and just wait for you guys outside.
I'm shocked by that because although it was, I loved how horrible.
I
it
think
was.
when
I liked many things.
The trailers in the beginning, first of
Many
all, they
things.
all
Oh
got
my
me
God.
pissed off because they were
Oh,
super
yeah, they were
loud
so
and
bad,
obnoxious.
Well, we were in the
We've seen 'em.
we
We've seen
were
'em
in the
already.
THX theater, so
We've
it was
seen 'em.
a bigger screen. It was louder.
Yeah,
and, like,
but also
because
I'd
of the
seen
sound.
a lot of them before.
Yeah.
There was only one trailer I liked. It was
Oh my God. Oh, it was the one about Steve Jobs that Ashton Kutcher plays
No,
Steve
no, no,
Jobs.
no. It was
Because
one
that
with-
movie,
No,
he's going to
no.
deliver. I'm telling you right now, mark it down. Powerhouse
Who gives a
performance.
shit? Really? Fuck it. Fuck.
I'm being facetious.
I know. No, yeah, I know.
Come
you
on,
are.
don't take this whole thing down. If you hate it, then fucking
I
rip
like
it a new asshole.
the-
Don't just be pissed and not talk about
The
it.
Tom Hanks trailer I liked. That looked.
Oh
good
yeah,
to
Captain
me.
Phillips. Captain
Yeah.
Phillips. Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
Captain Phillips.
We got a pirate. What was the accent he was trying to do? there?
Boston, I guess.
I think he's doing it. Yeah. You know this ship. Hide behind cardboard. Do whatever you have to. Do whatever you have to.
Off to.
There are containers of scallops over there. Hide behind those.
All right. So the first Roland Emmerich movies, they always have similar themes. There's always like a kid who's like smart.
Yeah.
There's always the president is
always bad
usually
writing.
like a character in the movie.
Yep, that's
and
true.
I know, yeah, you're supposed to turn your brain off for a lot of the action stuff, but this one, it was.
No,
I was
you
really.
don't turn your brain off for this movie because I don't know if you noticed that there's like a very not so subtle political message in
Oh,
this movie.
really?
Yeah,
kidding.
it's hilarious because he's just like they talk constantly about how
Jamie
the
Foxx-
defense companies, the gun companies. Now, whatever. I'm not saying I disagree with what the movie's saying or agree with it. I'm just saying it's so like blatantly, obviously, poorly shoehorned in there
Well,
that
yeah.
the defense contract companies are they want this war to continue. It's their war. Like no one had anything to do with
Yeah.
it.
First of all, Jamie Foxx
It's
is
craziness.
playing Barack Obama.
Oh yeah, they had the nicotine gum in there.
That's just so they just put Barack Obama
yeah.
as a character in this movie.
He's got his basketball shoes because Barack Obama loves basketball. Like all these like
I really like
subtle
that, brother.
references.
I
Get your
liked-
hands off my
I thought
Jordans.
it was really funny. They just run around in Nikes. I don't know why. I really
I don't
liked
know.
that.
And so
That was
Most
funny.
loved this
You didn't
movie,
think that
by
was
the way.
funny?
it was stupid.
It was
How is
funny.
That was
You
stupid.
just
You know,
looked
it
at it
was-
and were like, "Oh man, I hate."
What
gas."
I thought was-
you weren't like, "Oh, that's funny, President."
I thought it was a logical choice because I'm like, he
Oh,
puts
yeah.
his dress shoes down. He's like, no, fuck that. He's like,
Right.
I'm gonna be running around here.
He's got it like
I'm gonna
ski.
put some.
He's got
yeah.
a deke, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Do a little-
I think it was a
little
logical
girl,
choice.
the little girl in this movie apparently has a YouTube channel, and they go on a White House
Yeah,
tour.
not a blog. It's a
Of course,
blog,
the
right? Not a blog.
president comes down and gives an
That never
impromptu
would happen.
Oh,
little
God,
speech to
that
her
was-
YouTube
that was
channel. Because of course that happens all the
during
time.
tours. Every tour. That's
This
like
just
part
shows-
of the White
well,
House.
they're
Have you
they're
ever had a
presenting-
White House tour? The
What?
president always greets everyone in the White House tour.
Of course.
Don't you know that?
They presented this
not
is so
American.
stupid. If they think I don't under, but I know
This is not what this is what Roland Emmerich thinks happens.
I don't think
I'm
it is.
pretty
I think
sure.
they're trying to present the government as stupidly as possible so that
Look
the
at this
mass
guy's- look at what
audiences
this
think
guy-
they're that dumb.
Look at what this guy's made. All right, he did Independence Day. All right,
Yeah,
glorious
but I like
movie.
Independence Day. The first half of
What?
that movie is
yeah, the
really
first.
good.
I like the first half of that movie. Okay,
Yeah,
after
but
the
this-
after Welcome to Earth. Okay, then the movie goes right in the toilet. All right,
I like
and then you
that
get
line.
and he always has to have Welcome to Earth.
That was a good line.
There's a good line. But after that, the movie's over as far as
a
I'm
good
concerned.
movie.
And then there was another speech. Everyone has to give like some kind of speech in these movies. You know, like
What was the speech in this one?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be when the guy takes over. He takes over as the chief, as president. The
Right. Speaker of the House.
the Speaker of the House. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Speaker of the House becomes president.
Spoiler
sworn in.
alert. What are you
What you-
talking about? This is
kidding.
retarded. Look,
Hey, you're ruining the show, man. You
The-
gotta
Yeah,
actually
too negative.
talk and rip it
Too
apart. You're just
negative.
talking about how much
Yeah.
you hate it, and
I'm
it's
try-
pointless. See what I was saying?
Too cynical.
All right. Too soon.
first of all, the plot that these terrorists are doing doesn't make any sense. It's just stupid. The whole movie,
perfect sense when
I'm
they
just
explain it at
annoyed
the end.
because they're walking by windows. Apparently, they have children in the public, like 20 feet outside the gates of the White House, just there staring with the army in
Oh.
front pointing guns.
Let me say-
they're sitting on the roof of the White House. No one's doing anything.
Because
They're
there's
sitting.
hostages. What are they
No,
supposed to
I
do,
felt-
man?
It's a hostage situation.
Look, I'm not. It's funny because I feel like I'm defending the movie. I hated the movie, but it's funny because I feel like I'm defending it against him now.
I just can't believe we saw this. I don't know why.
can't
it wasn't
believe-
my idea.
I can't believe this movie was made. I can't believe. I wonder. Look, we got to look up and see how much this movie cost to make.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, you guys talk. I'll provide factual stuff. I don't want to
because
bring down their show.
I will say what Oxnard said too. The public amazed me in this movie. Everyone seemed to take what was
yeah.
happening extremely well. Like the news
speaks
people.
well of our
Well,
society.
it seems like America may be holding their breath with recent events that have occurred at the White House and things like that. It's like the fucking country is in complete turmoil. Government
Oh,
has
yeah.
been toppled.
I don't understand why the mom texts the little girl, "Are you having fun with your dad?"
She's a drug addict. All she does is
But they
lay in
didn't set
bed
that
at
up.
home.
I would understand if they set up the mom as like, "Oh, she's a drunk and she's passed out all the time." But no, then
she's
they
a
show
great
her,
mom.
And yeah, but she's not aware of what's happening. Like, wouldn't you?
She walks around in pajamas all day. You saw her?
Yeah, what does she do? Yeah, she didn't
Who's the
go
main
anywhere.
character? The
What
Kale
day
guy?
did
just
this take
bored.
place in? Too.
That's the thing,
It's a
yeah.
weekend because there was like a school there. Why wasn't this?
Here's something
Why
else.
wasn't this little girl in school?
He brings a
Channing Tatum's
pass
son?
to the White House, brings his daughter to the White House on the day he has his big job interview for the CIA.
No.
Well, I don't know.
For
Well,
Secret
first-
Service.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, for Secret Service, not for CIA.
This is
Completely different.
CIA was not involved in this.
everything this
Yeah,
movie
they
did.
are
I was like,
foreign.
no.
They don't
I
operate
refuse
on
to go.
domestic
Also,
soil.
okay, wait, we gotta come
Keep
up
going.
with
I'm
some
gonna
kind
look
of
up the-
structure because we're jumping
First
all
of
over
all,
the place.
let's
but
say what we
it
liked
was
about
amazing.
it.
Oh, what I liked
You
about
first.
it? All right. Nothing really. All I liked about it was that it was hilarious. It made me smile. It was one of those movies because it's so bad that you enjoy it. That's how I viewed it because scene after scene was more ridiculous. It just kept getting, crazier and crazier. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
It was
sometimes.
150 million.
Oh my God! Yeah, see, this is Roland Emmerich films are everything that is wrong with the direction the film industry is going.
All right, well, this is what I liked about it. First of all, I liked 3 of the actors in it. First of all, Jamie Foxx I thought was awesome.
I
because I don't know.
I
I
like
him.
Jamie Foxx in general. I think he's a great actor, and he's usually hilarious. But he had some tough script writing here to work with.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He
got a
could have
paycheck.
been much
That's what I guess
worse.
No,
But he's so. I think that he's so good that it wasn't as bad.
I mean,
as
I can't
it should have
imagine.
been.
Can you imagine anyone else playing the president in this movie? I mean, who else would you have cast? I mean, to kind of fill that kind of role where, you want to like the president, he's also got a sense of humor, but can be cool and smart.
Vin Rames.
Oh, say shit. Or Danny Glover. I was going to say Danny Glover.
All right, but no.
No, I like
they should have had
the president character. I hated it in the beginning because they were showing.
Yeah,
it
the
seemed so
stupid scenes.
stupid.
Yeah, it wasn't
Especially
his fault,
that
though.
YouTube part just really pissed me
Yeah,
off.
it wasn't
I
his
was
fault.
Where are his press people saying like, Mr. President, you don't want to do that. You're gonna say. Do you understand what's going to happen? Like,
No, they just. This is the thing. For whatever reason, the president. They let the president do whatever the hell he wants, whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. Like, let's fly 3 helicopters really low to the ground. So
And apparently
the
they
president
do this
can,
all the time.
Again,
Hold
yeah,
on,
go
now.
around the Lincoln Monument.
All right, so I told you I like that he got his Nikes, but I think they
Right.
should have had some scene where he has to like run a really long distance in them.
Or should have had to
And he had
jump.
like do a track start and then like a
Well, they're Jordans, so he should have had
Yeah, it
to
would've
like
been
jump
awesome.
an insane distance,
Yeah.
and reach out with his
or
tongue hanging
there's
out
like an
like he's.
explosion and he has to like grab the brim of the
But see,
basketball hoop.
he wouldn't even jump because he says when they're hiding in an elevator shaft at one point, Channing Tatum, Jamie Foxx says to Channing Tatum, well, I'm going to do whatever you do. He's like, just follow me. He's like, I'm going to do whatever
right.
you do. And he jumps from one side to the other, and he's like, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. He says something like that.
President
So I was
curses
like,
in
then
front of the
he-
little kid.
doesn't
says-
even apologize. And then he was going to, I don't know if you guys picked up
Then
on
he beats
this.
up an elderly man with
He-
cancer.
He basically said, "Oh yes, that
what?
poor elderly man." What? He's talking about. We'll get to that.
Wait, hold on. I got to tell you what else I liked.
Well, he was going to let a little girl die. By the way, we didn't address that.
I think that was justified. He meant he had to.
I mean, I agree. But
the little girl or a
he
million
seemed to
people.
enjoy it.
Okay.
God.
I also liked that McPoyle was in it. He was awesome.
Yeah.
What about when he came out?
I was like, whoa!
All right, fans of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. If you're aware of the McPoyle brothers, one of the brothers, the blonde-haired one.
That was so
I don't even know
funny.
the actors,
And
which
I love
McPoyle
his like
brothers, but he's a
black
hacker.
leather suit jacket.
Well, he's
thing.
a hacker king. How they?
He's
he's
a
a
king.
hacker.
Oh, great! Yeah, it's like
King of the hackers.
this-
King of the
Skip
hackers.
Taylor or something.
Right,
His
yeah.
name is.
Skip.
When you
Skip.
first see him, I laughed
What a
because
great hacker name.
he just walks into the White House and says, like, "What you done with the place?" And then they don't show him for a while. I thought that was the only role he had, and I was like, "Oh, okay, good, he's back." And then he loves Beethoven, and as he's hacking with 1, 2, 3, I don't know.
Wait, hold on. This is what I
Well, he
understand.
had a
So,
program. He just started it.
yeah, right. But
Where is the
just
security?
to begin the
How is
program?
this
You have to type
possible?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Well, he
6,
made
7,
it.
8, 9.
He made it.
How?
Right.
We just
And
learned
he
the
loves-
NSA can
he
spy
loves,
on
like,
everything.
what does he call the lollipops?
Oh, sugar sticks? Or,
Sugar
I don't
is
know.
like something
Sugar
sticks
treats?
of deliciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was-
I was like, I was waiting for him to have like the milk out, like McPoyle,
yeah.
in his bathrobe.
And then-
The security
It's non-existent.
around, yes, it is extremely
And no one does anything, and they
easy.
take 2 hours to swear in the next
This is-
president.
So when everything
Hurry
starts
up.
going down, right? Channing Tatum, his daughter, they're already there. Channing Tatum had the bad interview, right, with Maggie Gyllenhaal, and doesn't look like he's getting the job. Him and his daughter are taking the tour, and his daughter's a know-it-all. They're going around, and everything starts to go down. Okay, the daughter is separated from
How does it
Channing
go
Tatum.
down? Can you explain to me how these
Well, that's
terrorists
what I'm
pull
gonna
this
do.
off?
So I don't even remember
One
how.
more thing I liked.
Oh, what'd you like?
The other actor I liked is was he in Lost? The black guy. He's like a
Oh,
general
the high
or
general who
something?
was
Yeah.
in charge.
Oh,
Yeah. And
He
he,
was in
was
The
also in
Wire.
Always
He was
Sunny. He was Leroy or
Remember
something.
the Danny DeVito one where they
When
go back to the past?
Dynasty
He was
episodes.
hilarious.
Oh, yes.
he was. he was
yes.
the Black
He was always
Panther.
changing.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh,
that
he's
guy-
awesome.
that
I
guy
don't
was
care
great.
what he says.
Every time he's about to
gold
pull
in
out
my
something,
book.
they like shoot
Yeah.
him.
yeah.
What are you doing?
That guy was. Yeah.
I've
No, he
only
was
got
good.
one.
Oh, what gets me though is he's the general, like I guess the main general that they have there. All other generals seem to listen to or whatever. But he is so loaded up
Oh,
with
he's decked
decorations.
out. Like we talked about
he's
it
gonna
last
talk-
time.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah.
this. They don't. Nobody
You
gets
don't get
decorations
that.
like that.
Yeah, unless
on your
you're
uniform.
90 or something.
Yeah, seriously. What
No,
do we
doesn't
serve
that
in
just
every
mean-
single war
Yeah.
and get a commendation for it?
Is that what it means, or does it mean like?
It's like, I think one of
I thought that
those
was what
little-
countries you've been to.
I think I don't know.
Well,
I
then
don't
he's
know.
been to almost every country
Yeah.
that
Now here's
is
the thing.
in the UN.
I
I'm pretty
was
sure.
laughing a lot, but I think
Not
maybe
at, not
I
at
was
jokes, but at the movie. I was
Yeah,
laughing.
but is
Yeah.
that what they wanted to do? Because if
No,
that's what they
of course
wanted
not.
to do,
No.
then okay.
No, they want it to be funny. I was laughing at things that were not supposed to be funny. I was laughing at like the ridiculousness of some of the action. I was
like,
laughing
the
at,
one-liners.
lines. I was laughing like at
the flag
end.
waving girl.
Yes.
Remember, he missed her talent show.
Yeah.
So, Daddy,
Yeah.
you get to
Right.
see me save the
Yeah.
world with
Also,
my flag
okay,
routine.
so wait. First of all right. Well, this is gonna go. I'm gonna make this point, and then go back to the beginning where we were, because people in the military, while there's insane action happening all around them, fighting for their lives, they're able to spot very tiny things that happen, like the helicopter. Channing Tatum's like in the middle of this fight. There's gunfire going all over the place, missiles being launched, and they're shooting at Channing Tatum. And then one guy goes, "Wait, I think that guy's a friendly." Meanwhile, Channing Tatum is running towards a rocket launcher. How do you know he's a friendly?
Yeah.
And then they see the little girl with the flag from like 5 miles back. She's just like a little tiny blip. I think there's a friendly out in the front waving off.
Maybe it's just a crazy
waving
kid.
off the mission.
Why are there so many kids there? There's a shot that you see like 3 Girl Scouts like looking on, like near the end of the movie. Shouldn't they have evacuated
Well,
everything?
Anyway, so
Get
yes,
out!
they should have. People
What
don't
is the
listen.
army doing? At the beginning of the movie, you see a sniper as they're going to do their
hands are tied.
Remember,
man.
he looks through the window and he's like,
That's what
"Put
you
on,
don't
put
get.
on heat vision," and you see 2 people having
They're
sex.
fucking, yeah.
Yeah, but then okay, so they have snipe. Like, I don't understand how these terrorists can be on the roof of the White House and no one.
No, they weren't. They didn't start on the roof.
Yeah, but they're on
They
the
make
roof
their
a lot.
way. Yeah, they make their way to the roof.
It's over. Why did the tank have to bust down the gate to start shooting at the White
Because they were
House?
trying to break down the gate so that the car could get through,
But
so that the
why
president
don't
could
they
get
have
through
Predator
the gate.
drones? Don't we have anything? Like, the government is useless?
But they
What are they
couldn't see.
doing?
This is the thing that happened, though. They couldn't just go in and like get everybody because there's like 60-something hostages
I
in there,
felt no
including like the
tension.
secretaries of defense, and Homeland Security, all that shit.
There was no tension.
Well, I agree.
for
I
the
felt no tension. I'm not saying it was well done. I'm just telling you in the story
Right.
of the movie why they couldn't just go and take action. Because people say that all the time in the film, but they're like, well, there's hostages and stuff, and so they go that way. But
And the only other way out of the White House is through a secret tunnel?
oh, he harped on the stupid. There's when they're taking a tour, you see the. What would you like to see in the tour here today, ma'am? And the one woman goes, I want to see the tunnels of JFK snuck Marilyn Monroe in through.
Of
And all
course,
this stuff.
yeah, they make the stupid person make
And
that
then
sound like that's a
later on-
conspiracy.
Yeah,
which
that's not
it's-
true. I'm sorry. There are no tunnels. That never happened.
Are
And
you
then,
fucking kidding me?
And then they bring it up again later on. It's like, oh, well, you have to go through the escape tunnel. It's like, and Shane Tatum's like, tunnels? Tunnels? That's not a myth? It's like, no, it's true. JFK used them to sneak Marilyn Monroe in
Look,
and out of the White
Here's
House.
the thing I don't like. I don't like the way, because stupid people are going to see this movie and think, oh, this is how the government is. The government is extremely powerful. There's like all this NSA nonsense. This is what I don't
right.
like about it. The government can do a lot of shit.
They're doing a lot of shit that we don't know about
Of
right
course
now.
they are. This is presenting them so stupidly, and people are laughing along, and I'm just
Roland-
How
like,
do you know I don't work for the government?
how do you know I don't?
That's true. Now you never.
Oh, I
no.
know, I know.
No
Trust
way.
me.
No way.
Are you kidding me?
You can't.
We
do-
have
no,
files
impossible.
on him. Trust
Boss,
me.
on the other hand, that embraces a valid point. He may be.
And so I think that's part
dangerous
of it that
spy.
pisses me off, that now this comes at a time when
Roland Emmerich always makes stupid shit. Look at Independence Day. There's always like a bumbling, high-end
yeah,
government
yeah.
official who, like the Secretary of Defense in Independence Day, is a dickhead, and he's always wants to make the bad decision
Right.
and everything. There's
But
always
all
something
I'm
like
saying-
that, or the government in 2012 and all that stuff.
You
They're
can-
always fucking retards.
this is not the movie for me.
It's not the movie for
Really?
anybody. It
Yeah, but
shouldn't be
you
the movie
got
for
to laugh
everybody.
out of it. You liked it. This movie really rubbed me the wrong way. I really didn't
Wow,
like
you
it.
really, so you didn't like not like it and thought it was hilarious how bad it
No,
was.
I was getting
You
upset.
think it's offensive how bad it is.
I was getting upset.
Okay, that explains because you are very upset. It's clear.
I was just.
Why were you upset? Let's explore that.
He just did.
I told you. It's presenting the government and people, the masses are going
If
to go
you
see
do
this
work for the
movie.
government, you're not very good at your job. Or he's trying to throw us off right now by saying that. But Oh, see, I understand where you're coming from.
And all this stuff with
But-
the NSA and stuff, that's why they put this shit in movies. It's now, oh, the government can listen to what you're doing, and people will go, no, that's only in the movies. Of course. Enemy of the state. They want to make you think that only that happens in the movies.
That wasn't a Roland Emmerich movie, right?
Doesn't matter.
I'm just curious.
All these movies. Anyway, I don't want to go on a conspiracy tangent because I'm going to be wiped out. I'm going to disappear. Okay, what else happened?
All right, so anyway...
let's go through the story.
Right, so
Because here's the thing. Here's the problem. It's all a blur to me. Let's
Okay.
try and cohesively go plot point by
All right,
plot.
we'll start at the beginning.
Okay.
With the bumbling fucking moron that is Channing Tatum. Okay? In this movie.
Right.
He is the stupidest man I've ever seen in this movie. He's constantly muttering to himself like a moron.
He's an American hero, man.
Oh, that's right.
Served 3 whatevers in Iran.
No, he served
First of all-
3 tours in Afghanistan. First of all,
Afghanistan.
How much have they done in their lives in 5 years? That's what I understand. They graduate, okay? He gets married immediately, has a kid immediately. This girl is 11 years old, okay? So
Right.
he had, like, right after he graduated... I wasn't sure if he graduated high school or college. This is what the thing I was confused with.
No, she said
I think college.
he
Yeah.
finished some college thing.
So then he has a kid. How old is Channing Tatum? Is he, like, in his 40s?
I have no idea.
Because in 1999, he graduates. He gets married like 2 years later,
Okay.
and has a kid 6 months after the marriage. They said in the movie, okay, and then when the girl is 3, okay, he goes off and does 3 tours of duty in Afghanistan, and is wounded, saving.
I'm sure it's happened.
Someone's important's life. I guess it was the
Speaker of the House's
Speaker of the
son.
House's son, right? Oh, well, I said wife. I said someone saved someone important's wife in Afghanistan. The Speaker's wife was in Afghanistan for
Why
some
are you
reason.
there?
So anyway, then Channing Tatum now has a job as protecting the Speaker of the House. Meanwhile,
Picks him up. You learn that his cell phone plays Spanish Flea. Or his beeper.
yeah.
Oh, then there's that scene where he's arguing with a squirrel? That really ticked me
Yeah,
off.
I didn't know
this
what was
is
going
right.
on there.
That's how you're introduced to the
He's
character.
He's
Yeah.
talking
Right.
to vermin on a nut house.
He gave the squirrel a name. The squirrel had a name.
Nutso squirrel.
No, it was like Carl or something like that. I can't remember. I wanted to remember it so bad because I completely forgot about that scene. He's like, "Oh, come on, Carl." It's like, "We talked about this." Blah, blah, blah. He's constantly talking to dead people, inanimate objects, himself, TVs. That's all Channing Tatum does in this. It's like, "Oh, I told you not to go out there." It's like, "Oh man," it's like, "No, don't go in there. That's stupid. No, I gotta go in there. I'm gonna do this."
Yeah.
It's
might be a
like
little
talking to the
mentally
squirrel. Jesus, he's a maniac.
Of course he's not. I'm surprised he's fit to like guard anybody.
I know. If I saw this guy and how he behaved, I wouldn't hire him to be, work at McDonald's, let alone be a Secret Service
Raise a
agent.
kid.
Oh God. Anyway,
then
where were we? So
He goes. He asks for the passes so that he can bring his daughter to the
Right.
White House. He goes there. He learns that he missed her talent show where she was waving a flag. You learn the daughter is obsessed with politics.
There's so much backstory in the first
was-
half hour of
there
this
was a lot of
movie.
backstory.
I was getting so bored and sick and tired of
It earned a yawn during that backstory.
Oh man, this movie I gotta say there are very few yawns in this movie.
Yeah,
how bad it was.
It got
but-
2 yawns
Oh,
from me.
well, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, sorry. Continue, Oxnard.
I was engaged.
So yeah, he got so the little girl. She's obsessed with politics for some
Right.
reason.
Well, you find out later because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they go to the White House. They have the scene where his job interview, the guy from the CIA is like snickering at all his
Secret Service.
Secret Service, whatever.
You can't get this straight.
For someone who's so offended by this movie because it makes the government look bad, you don't really know what government offices do what.
I was baffled. So they set up that
The
this
White House
guy's
is where
a
the
jerk.
Supreme Court lives, right?
Oh yeah, then there's a scene where they blow up the Capitol building.
That's what gets everything going. So yeah,
that
he
initiates a terrorist
They
attack.
establish in the interview that Maggie Gyllenhaal and Channing Tatum's characters knew each other in college, and
Right.
I guess they had like a thing together, but it didn't work out, and so they have like kind of they don't really like get along very well. It seems like, and she's divorced.
Then
at
she's
this
at a
point from her
meeting where
dick
you're
husband or
introduced
something.
to James Woods' character. He's getting He's leaving. It's like
yeah,
his
he's
last
retiring.
day there, his last week.
Yeah, he was the head of the security for the president.
And they set that up. Like, you see him getting ready in the morning, and he takes off the little American flag on his lapel.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
there was no doubting as soon as they introduced his character that he is going to be a villain here. But you don't realize exactly who he is until his next scene when he's basically they tell you that this guy is the head of security.
Right.
So and you're like, oh shit.
What happens after that?
So then,
It's his birthday.
so then what happens is they're taking the tour.
That's
that
his
was
birthday?
his retirement.
That's his
That was
retirement.
his retirement.
Oh yeah.
That's his birthday.
What was
Throw
I
another
watching?
wrinkle into this. It's also his birthday. That should have been like his line. Well, he's like, "It's my fucking birthday today."
And then he's like pointing his finger, like, "Oh man, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he's
get
like,
you
"I'm
guys."
gonna kill you.
Like,
Yeah.
"Ah."
I'm gonna use deadly force.
Hey, there's no. What does he say? Nothing is allowed in the White House.
Oh no incendiary
Fire.
devices
No,
or something, or
oh,
something
man,
like that.
oh, man.
So
Clever
anyway,
writing.
then you have this crew that's fixing the president's home theater, right? So it's basically as easy as that. Just gotta
come to
pretending to
fix
be
the home
maintenance
theater.
people, and
Kiss my.
they
ass.
are the villains, okay? And then there's this other white power guy
They
who's
show-
dressed up as.
There's a scene later on
So
where they reveal who these people are. One
Yeah.
guy is like this right-wing racist guy.
that guy's
who reminded me-
performance in this movie was astounding.
They
I
put
thought
him
they were
in
gonna
charge
set
of
him
the
up.
hostages.
And he really didn't screw anything up that majorly, but the one guy kept telling him to stop screwing up.
Right.
So yeah. Anyway, but all right. So
The McPoyle guy.
so
king of the hackers.
the white supremacist guy. He's in the Capitol building, which apparently has zero security. Okay, because he just kind of waltzes in. He's like, he's got things written on his arm.
Right. He's got
Okay,
tattoos
he's
on
got
his arm. Yeah.
he's got he's like, oh, okay, this is the room. It's just like a janitor's closet. No one says, hey, you can't go in there. There's people walking around everywhere. He goes in and
This is why I was confused. Like, was there in this universe? Did a 9/11 happen?
sure, yeah.
So why does security seem like non-existent?
There's a huge problem with security in the White House too, which I'm going to get to.
Yeah.
I started talking about it before, but we'll get to that. Anyway, so the guy easily gets a bomb and blows up the Capitol building. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I wish they would have
just
shown.
cut right to it.
I wish they would have shown the artwork on the ceiling because
Oh yeah.
in the Capitol building, it's really nice artwork. But no.
But I mean, and I'll say this: the effects obviously were very good. I thought
I mean,
they looked good. That's the only thing that I could legitimately say is good about this movie is that the special effects are very good. That's obviously where most of the budget went. But
that opening is way too long. Like, this movie's too long.
nothing happens for like a half hour.
Yeah, get
at
to the
least.
point.
Yeah,
Right.
it was.
When does the
maddening.
White House go down? That's what I want to know.
And then all of a sudden it starts to happen, and the way
The White House never goes down, by the way.
no,
White
they
House
say,
is-
somebody says White House is down.
Really?
White House is down. Yeah.
Oh, I
because
missed
they mean
it, 'cause
that.
I was
but
waiting for
what
it.
that means is that well, it kind of says it in the background because that means that
Oh.
they have no control.
Oh.
That means just like all
I
the
wanted it to go down.
security. Yeah.
I wanted someone to
kinda does.
like pick up a phone, then put it down and say,
The White
"White House down."
They get the general to say it.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
the cool deep
Yeah,
voice.
right.
He's like, yeah, Mr. Vice President, White House down. That was awesome. The end. So then the Capitol building explodes, and then everything starts to go down at the White House. And then that's when I started to notice that, okay, they lock everything down. They say everything is on lockdown here, okay? So these guys are just knocking on doors saying like, security, open up! And so people
Oh, right.
do!
Yeah.
And then they kill them all.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you can see all their guns are locked up in a cage.
Yeah.
If the White House is on lockdown because the Capitol building exploded, and they're saying this isn't a drill, it's on lockdown, we're under attack, okay? Why are you opening doors to anyone that says to open up because they're security?
That's the thing.
And why
Anyone-
don't you have your weapon with you?
Anyone who has a basic knowledge of how the White House works, and because there's a lot in this movie where when they're on the tour, they're like educating you about the White House, but what they were telling you was just stupid. I don't know. Keep going. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No, that's all right. No, that was my point. Like, the security at the White House is, like, amazingly shitty.
Yeah, it was-
amazingly shitty.
And I can't
that's
get
before
I can't
James
get
Woods
past that.
reveals himself to everyone there that
Yeah.
he is a villain. Okay? Because really, all that he could have done was get those people in, like, because I'm sure they would have had to have background checks and all that kind of stuff to even get in as maintenance people. So I'm sure he just took care of that, right? But that's it. That's all he's gonna. He's not gonna make it. He's not telling all these people to open up because they're gonna get killed. These people are just going around in maintenance outfits, armed to the teeth, and they're just killing everybody. Nobody even like fires a single bullet at them during this time period, I feel like. And then they go, knock, knock, open up, a security sweep, okay.
The ability for some of these people to wipe out a room with a single pistol astounded me.
It's got a silencer on it, though.
So, but there was like parts where like a guy
So it
will open a
sounds
door.
cool.
I think even James Woods does it once. He goes, he takes out like
James
7
Woods-
guys in like 2
yeah,
seconds.
he does.
Oh
That-
my
that
god!
one part, yeah.
Well, so they have to take the president to the vault. Okay, they decide to make that decision, and James Woods is going to be up to no good. He hasn't revealed himself to everyone else yet.
Well,
so
he found these guys because he was the head of the
yeah, you find that out later.
Okay.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. No,
And
like,
so apparently he had it was like what is like a shopping list of terrorists.
yeah,
that he
yeah,
chose from.
exactly. What the
How
fuck?
he got these people together, they don't go
I
into.
don't know, but they made a deal. Okay.
What was the deal?
They don't even explain it. They don't
What
even
is
explain
going
what the
on
deal
in this
is. They don't
movie?
even really get to, what does this
so
is what I don't understand. Okay, this is what I understand. So apparently James Woods, right, had pulled together these terrorists from this list of like known evildoers, okay,
And
that
here's another
are
twist.
on a list that they can't come anywhere near certain things, I guess, or whatever, and they're on Most Wanted. So they all agree to work, and throughout the movie, it's like, why are we even listening to James Woods? They're basically saying. And it's like, we made a deal. The other leader says, we made a
Right.
deal. And so you think the whole time that James Woods is trying to avenge his dead son because his son died in an operation that the president ordered in Iran.
Right.
And then you find out he just wants to, like, set off nukes and blow everything
Well,
up.
he's very pro-war, and we
Yeah.
gotta get back to killing people in the Middle East.
Yeah. And then the one guy's like,
For
"Oh,
some
I
reason.
never agreed to this." They just want like some kind of money thing that they were gonna
Well,
do.
they
I guess.
asked they wanted the Federal Reserve to load up a plane.
Oh, right.
With he said very little crew. I don't know what that meant. I guess he just wanted a pilot.
I guess.
And I think it was like a $470 million.
Oh yeah, this is what I just is like at any time. The Federal
What was his
Reserve
main-
has more than $400 million in it.
Yeah.
I was thinking, that's it? That sounded like a small amount to me. Don't you think?
Yeah. He said,
That's it? In the
he-
whole
well, he's-
Federal Reserve?
Well, he said no less than $400 million.
Oh,
meaning,
no
so
less.
at least he's getting $400 million.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was more than that. Okay.
But still, that's not his main. His main goal, as we
No.
learn later.
But the one guy knew it. The other leader of the terrorist group, he knew that was the deal,
Yeah.
and he didn't tell his other guys. And so I don't know why he would agree. They never get into why he would agree to go along with that.
And
I
then
guess
there's
just
some
for
talk
$400
like
million
how
or something.
The war machine, the companies who make the weapons and stuff, they control everything. I don't know. This movie was all over the place.
It was. Let's get back to the story here, where James Woods is then. They agree they're going to take the president to the vault. He's got like 10 other security guards with him, right? 10 other Secret
the
Service
basement,
people.
yeah.
And
Make their way
it's
to
like
go to
a whole
bookshelf.
thing. Yeah, he's got a president has to open
After
it.
entering, they don't close the door behind them.
No, of course not. Nobody does that in this movie. Tatum doesn't do that in the movie either.
Right.
It's like, all right, we got to get in here. What's the code to get in? So it's clearly, if they don't have
Now,
the code,
okay,
they're not getting
Chan-
through. But they don't close the door.
Kale, that guy,
Yeah.
Tatum. Okay, so his daughter during
Yeah,
the
it sounds
tour
made
had
up.
to go to the bathroom. So she goes to the bathroom. That's why he's down here, and he happens to be
Oh, that's
there
why,
to save the
right?
president.
So he
because he's
happens
looking
to-
for her.
Right, he's looking for his daughter, and that's what. So he's following James Woods and the president and all those other men down to the vault. And when they get down there, and the president opens the vault, he's like, "We're in," or whatever. And then James Woods proceeds to shoot all the other 10 people.
Very
no one
quickly.
can pull a gun and get a shot off, right? And it's just him and the president then. And I was like amazed by that. I couldn't believe that he just killed everyone with one bullet.
Pretty impressive, right?
Yeah, he's an expert marksman. And nobody was able to get a shot off. And then he killed Ted, the bastard. He shot Ted!
It's the hardest thing you had to do.
Second hardest thing.
Yeah, second.
Who was Ted?
Which they
Who was
never
Ted?
What was the first
say-
hardest thing?
Well, I don't know. Was it what he was doing? Was it like dealing with the death of his son? Was it this whole thing at all? I don't know. but they never actually say what the
the other
first hardest thing he had to do was.
The other thing they started implying is, like, you know, he has a golf ball sized tumor in his frontal lobe. So I
Yeah.
thought the other thing they're going to start saying, like, oh, he's insane, which I thought would have made more sense
That would've
because
been cool to
everything he
start
does
to-
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then okay, keep going.
Oh, that's all right. Go. You can say.
I was just going to jump ahead to
I don't
the
have to
end.
be the one that
The
talks.
whole time he's hanging out, like, in the Oval Office. And this is the thing I said it already, but, you know, these terrorists are walking by windows. The army's out there, and he says, if I see a sniper within 10 miles, they're going to kill hostages. Then they show shots of the army guys right outside the gates holding rifles.
He was talking about, to be fair, to defend James Woods' character, he was saying of the plane, if he sees snipers within 10 miles of the plane with money, then he's going to.
So
that's what he was talking about. He wasn't talking about the people outside, and he knew that they weren't going
how
to
could
make
this
a move
Channing Tatum
because
guy, he's the only... They're walking around the White House. They're walking around the grounds. No, the government's not sending in any SEALs or...
I agree.
What is going on?
They could, well, because
get it, man.
Oxnard, they
I
have
can't get-
one thin thread in this movie that strings it all together there, is that there's hostages involved, okay? Because I'm pretty sure
hostage situation.
if this happened in real life, okay,
Which inevitably it will.
they would have blown everything up, new president. Or something like at that point. Because as crazy far as things get, like, all right, jump ahead
One
here.
scene I did
They
like.
lose control of NORAD, okay?
Okay, yeah, this is after. Okay, the
And-
McFoyle guy, he's uploading his hacking virus while, like, playing Beethoven's Fifth. And so finally, it's completely uploaded, and he types in access NORAD.
Oh, yeah.
Enter.
I couldn't believe. Yeah. Give
then-
me control of missiles. He might as well have typed in.
Cut to the CIA underground bunker. And the one doofy-looking guy who's his only job, and the only guy watching this,
And he
the
wasn't
weapon
sitting at his
system.
desk.
He was getting a cup of coffee. Yeah.
He sits down. He's like, oh.
Sir, all my missiles just got armed. And then it's like, what? It's happening remotely. He's not even doing anything. He's just saying
He
this.
typed something in and said access
Oh,
denied.
yeah.
Like, he's the
God.
one guy in charge of that? There's shouldn't.
And
what?
then and then you just see. At first, I thought because you see Ohio, and then there's like a target symbol, and then I that's where the missile is launched from. But when I saw that, I thought they were going to launch the missile at Ohio. So I was like, why are they blowing up Ohio? That doesn't make
movie
any
hates
sense.
Ohio.
What kind of terrorists are these people? This doesn't make any sense. What's in Ohio that you have to destroy? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Or do you have a problem with that? I don't get it. So then they send a missile that
Destroys
the
Air
vice
Force.
president has now been sworn in as president because of there's crazy batshit nonsense action has been happening at the White House, which includes Jamie Foxx and Channing
the other thing
Tatum
that was
driving
pissing
in the
me off.
presidential limo on the lawns of the White House.
They took forever to sign in the vice president, and then they took forever to sign in the next guy.
No, they signed in the next guy instantly.
Well, but they should just be okay. He's in charge. Like, you don't. Why are you
Well,
swearing them in?
because
Like,
because the president. This was the same problem, if you'll remember, that Harrison Ford and Glenn Close and everyone else faced in Air Force One, when Air Force One was hijacked
much
by
better
Gary
movie.
Oldman. Well, much better movie. Well, better director. Wolfgang Peterson directed it.
Yes.
I happen to love Air Force One.
I love it too.
I think that's good. I mean, there's some crazy, stupid
my
things.
plane.
Yeah, but Gary Oldman is amazing in it. You know.
I understand. Like, action movies can be stupid.
Yeah.
I agree with it. But this movie, it just blew my mind.
So anyway, they
I
have
was
the same.
amazed.
They have the same constitutional dilemma because if the president is alive, okay, but he's still the president. But if he's incapacitated, right, they need to like take measures then to say, okay, he is incapable of making presidential decisions, so they have to like move on and make this. So that's essentially what they do. But the whole time they do it, you're supposed to feel like, no, I fucking hate this vice president. They make the vice president seem like a big idiot, and also
seems like
he
a
has
big
like
idiot.
a very smarmy weasel assistant who is like so obsessed with the vice president and the vice president becoming president. He's like, you see him, he's being sworn in, you see the guy repeating the words, mouthing the words along with the vice president
Right.
and all this stuff, and then he's...
At first, I thought
when
they
the
were.
general's talking, he's
I thought
like,
they were in a
excuse
toilet."
me, you're talking to the president now.
Yeah.
When they first showed that shot, they're like behind a glass. I thought they were like in a shower or in a toilet.
Well, we can't use this conference room. Let's go to the bathroom. Sorry, I'm in there.
No, I thought it was funny because he shoots the vice president's what is it, 747 down?
Yeah, the NORAD
Right,
missile.
with the NORAD
yeah,
missile from Ohio.
He's
That
on Air
launched
Force
from
One.
Ohio.
He's
Air
on Air
Force
Force
One.
One.
Right.
Yeah.
And right, so the vice president and everybody on there is dead.
Right.
And at the end of the movie, it's like nobody cares.
Also,
There's a lot of people who
they
die.
never
Well,
say
I was trying to think,
that
who
he's
else
dead.
dies?
Actually, this was interesting. They never say that he's
He's
dead.
dead.
No, they just say you see the plane get hit. The plane doesn't like just explode. It starts to like crash, and then the general
It's
hangs up a phone and says, "We've confirmed that the plane made ground contact." That's it. It doesn't say everyone's dead or the plane is completely destroyed, no survivors. They just confirm that it crash landed somewhere, and that's that. Time to swear in the Speaker of the House.
Who's after the Speaker of the House?
I think you started getting into secretaries then.
Okay, who's after Secretary? When do I become
You
president?
just shot the Secretary of Defense. Remember that?
Oh
line?
yeah, well, I guess James Woods didn't like him. But all right, so where were we here? Oh,
The
so
little
we-
girl's
the North-
constantly updating her YouTube channel with
Well,
new
while
footage
she
of a
was-
terrorist.
She's the only one with
Right.
a smartphone here.
Yeah, no one else is trying to make calls. I don't get it. But
I really
so-
don't understand.
So while she was in the bathroom and everything started to happen, okay, she is like hiding in different places around the White House, and she starts filming on her phone. These people like loading things in, saying like, "Welcome to the White House. We fucking destroyed everyone here." You know, just basically blatantly. This movie, there's so many like terrible lines
Lot of
that just like
one-liners
and you know, so she's filming them saying all these stupid things, and then she uploads it to her YouTube page, and the news gets hold of it, and
She has over 700 million hits.
well, I don't know, and she becomes so popular that after basically this girl saves the day and this horrible ordeal is over, and she was almost killed and or tortured and all this terrible stuff, the news person says, "How does it feel to be an internet celebrity now?" or something like that. Or your YouTube page has so many hits. How does that feel?
No, that's what she said. Your video is over 700 million
Oh yeah,
hits.
that's what it. Oh, that was the line.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that's your first question.
Well, that's all that matters.
And then at the end,
news people are horrible
Yeah.
on this show.
Why not ask her how many subscribers she has? That's more important.
Yeah.
and then at the end,
Seriously.
he calls on his daughter to join him on the helicopter leaving. I don't know, man.
Well, okay, so
They're stupid, but then there's like,
well,
Jesus Christ.
We're jumping all
But
over.
what
the
else
place
is
here.
there? What else is there?
Well, there's a lot.
What else do you
There
wanna
is
say?
a lot. All right, so
We're 43 minutes into this.
we've hardly even scratched the surface
Get
of
to
this
it.
movie.
Explain it. Keep going.
So, well, God, where to begin? Where to go next? All right, so anyway, let's go.
go to the White
end.
House lawn part where they're driving around in the car.
Oh, you want me to get into that?
Yes, just get to it. What's the?
Well, I
before
wanted to
that?
address it. Well, we talked about that. I'm saying I was going to start from there.
Okay.
I was going to jump to the end, actually, I guess, with the whole plot. What do you want to say? Elevator. They're in an elevator. They're on top of this elevator forever while
They
they're just
go-
going
they leave
up
the
and down,
elevator.
loading stuff
They
up.
come back in the elevator.
Oh, God.
James Wood shoots down the elevator.
Then, then they're in the kitchen because they have to get the sat phone. And
President
then
kills a guy in the kitchen.
President kills a guy.
And then they go in the lift for, I guess, the food. That was an elevator by the kitchen. That was like where they lift
Oh,
the
yeah.
food up.
Yeah,
from the
yeah, yeah.
pantry
A
or
dumb
something.
waiter.
Yeah, dumb
Yeah.
waiter. Dumb waiter.
Then they head down into the tunnels.
Oh, God, we kind of addressed all that because we were mishmashing everything together.
Right.
It feels like the movie.
Exactly. It's a confusing mishmash of events. And then that lead to the Vice President getting blown up. And then the Speaker of the House becomes president. Then
Yes.
he's like, I need to call my wife. Can I have a minute, please?
When he said that, I was like, I wanted him to have that scene. He'll be like, "Honey, I did it. I'm the president."
Yeah, but
My plan worked.
isn't he just calling to give James Woods?
So here we go. So you don't know that yet, though. But you make a note, like when you first see the Speaker of the House, he gets like a beep from somebody. You know, he has a beeper still, and I was thinking, why does he have a beeper? You know, that doesn't make any sense. And then
It's all these subtle hints.
James,
It's
then
brilliant.
later on, you see James Woods has one, and he's getting like. So James Woods wants to launch these nuclear missiles at all these places in the Middle East to blow up the Middle East, and he needs the president to do that. So we'll cut it short. Long story short, the president, James, he ends up with James Woods, okay? And he's being held hostage with James Woods and the little girl. And Channing Tatum's still out there fighting the
He
good
has the
fight.
football nuke thing.
Yeah, which I don't understand the name of that. Where'd that come from? Why is it called a football nuke?
I don't know. I'm sure that's the name.
And he wants James Woods, and he keeps saying, I thought the pen was mightier than the sword. And all stuff, because James Woods was fighting, and he had a gun.
choose the pen!
Yeah. So then,
that.
when he's telling him his master plan, how he wants to blow up the Middle East, and he's...
That's what I meant when I said the president beats up an elderly man with cancer.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't just saying that randomly.
James
I
Woods,
didn't know what the
James
hell you
Woods is
meant.
like all white hair, and he has
cares
his
if he
character
beats
has
him up?
cancer.
No, it just sounds funny to say that.
It does.
It was funny to watch. Basically, yeah, so he's like, oh,
James Wood, he's putting in, like, he wants to bomb Iran in every single strategic spot. And
Yeah,
then,
he just picks a place, and the computer's like, Tehran, targeted, like all these Middle East cities.
press the button within the next 15 seconds, otherwise it'll be canceled.
Yeah, what the hell was
And
that?
then the dad of the girl has been outside, and he's like, I gotta get her attention. And first of all, he has like 8 minutes. Maggie Gyllenhaal tells him, look, you have 8 minutes to get
Right.
them out.
Yeah.
These are the longest 8 minutes.
Well, it took
ever.
about a half hour.
Yeah.
It took about a half hour.
So he takes one of the presidential limo things, just crashes it through. They did everything
Yeah.
they could to show every single part of the White House. You see where they have the press conferences, you see the Oval Office, you see the kitchen, you see the presidential bedroom.
Pool, the basketball
Yeah, the
court.
pool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there is the fountain.
garage.
The news people in the there's the iconic fountain in front of the White House.
Yeah, it was like White House
that everyone
porn.
knows. Yeah. So they're basically
He drives. James was about to press the button. He drives through. I thought that was a funny shot because you see him like, oh,
Yeah, and then he's reaching. I was laughing the whole time because it was like the stupid, classic, corniest thing. It's like countdown, seconds left, and James Woods' half-dead body is just reaching for the red button to push it, and if he does, it's going to be World War III. That's
oh,
what
I
everyone
hated
keeps
that
saying.
line.
Everyone
Maggie
keeps
Gyllenhaal's
saying-
like, if you don't stop them, it's gonna cause World War III.
The general
And I'm
says
like,
it.
what?
The general's like, he is going Walker. Is that his name? His last name? In this James Woods.
Yeah.
Cameron says like Walker or something. It's like, if Walker is able to do this, he's gonna start. China, Russia, they'll all start launching their nukes. It's gonna start World War III.
I know. Yeah. Okay. It makes sense. It's gonna start World
But
War
then-
III.
yeah, then
it
Maggie
just sounds like
Gyllenhaal
so
says-
stupid.
it sounds so
no
dumb.
one who works there would ever say that.
Channing, you gotta stop it. If you don't, it's gonna start World War III. Not like it's gonna kill billions of people
Yeah.
and destroy the world. It's just gonna be World War III.
Did we say James Wood shoots the president prior to that?
No, so what? Well, first, what happens is before that is that he's trying to force James Woods to enter the codes and scan his hand so that he can activate the nukes. Oh no, James Woods is trying to force Jamie Foxx, to enter the codes and everything. And
President
then
Sawyer, by
Pre-
the way, which made me
President
laugh
Sawyer.
because I just thought of Lost.
Exactly. and so to do this, he's like gonna threatening Channing Tatum's daughter because it's just the three of them there, and like he's gonna shoot her and stuff. And then I don't even remember what happens, but he turns his back on Jamie Foxx, and then they had been talking about like pen is mightier than the sword like 15 minutes earlier to this scene, and then out of nowhere
You see a close up of like a
Him
pen,
pulling a
a
fountain
fountain
pen.
pen. You see it glisten in the light.
yeah.
Walks up. I choose the pen.
He
Boom!
screams
Right in the shoulder.
Yeah, he screams it, but it didn't make. It was too late to say that.
Yeah. And just-
That happened. You should have done that 10 minutes ago. Then I choose the pen would have made sense. It
and
just
do it
sounds
in
like,
his eye.
yeah, not like
Make
in
a
between,
dent.
like right in the meat of his shoulder.
yeah.
And then and then they start fighting. But before that too, he was like, if you don't do this, he's like, I'm gonna kill this girl. He's got a gun to
put
her
the
head,
gun to the
and he's
girl.
like, I can't let him do this. You understand that, right? And he's just like, sorry, you're gonna die, because I'm not doing this for this maniac. But then they start fighting after he chooses the pen, and
I didn't know what to believe anymore after watching this movie. That's how bad it was.
I feel like this is to listen to us talking about it is going to be the most confusing thing. This is basically how we feel. I don't
this
know
is
about Boss
the
though;
movie.
he liked it.
I was confused.
And then after all this shit, so then they save the day, right? But the airstrike that the new president, who was the Speaker of the House, launched
Big
on the
twist.
White House is still coming in. There's a minute left. Channing Tatum's like to his daughter, "You got to run. There's an airstrike. I have to go get the president who was shot by James Woods."
Right.
And then she's running. This kid refuses to go anywhere, by the way. She doesn't listen to anybody.
No discipline.
The president tells her to get out of here. She doesn't do it. She doesn't want to leave when Channing Tatum says it. So then she runs out, grabs a flag on her way out, like from the Oval Office, and then she's just standing in front on the lawn, waving it back and forth so that these F-15s will see her. I don't know, is that her plan, or is she just crazy and she just started doing that?
How does she know that that's going to happen?
Exactly. I don't know. You don't.
You know what character Oxnard really hated? I could tell. It was the tour guide.
Oh, yeah. Everything about him.
You know what? I thought it was really funny. His one-liner at the end. This tour is over.
Yeah, and then he cocks his shotgun.
Yeah.
Or like
that was so
what's with this family?
Yeah.
I was just annoyed. No, when you first
There's
introduced,
so many bad lines like
he's
that in
really
this movie.
annoying.
There are so many bad lines.
And at the end, they're trying to set it up like he's interested in the wife.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But no, then they're on the tour, and it's the
Because
same
it's gonna be a
thing
sequel.
that annoys me in
course.
movies
Of course.
where there's like a little kid who's like very smart,
Yeah.
which doesn't happen. Little kids are
No,
stupid.
right, 'cause he's given the tour, and she knows all the answers to his question.
We were just talking about
and,
this in the Game of Thrones review. We were talking about, remember, The Omen 2?
Oh, right.
In that movie, it makes sense because he's the son of the devil.
In here.
Here, kids, I can understand a kid can memorize some facts here and there. I don't like when kids are smart in movies. I don't like kids in movies.
Neither did the tour guide.
Tour guide annoyed me.
Oh. So then
The only bright spot is McPoyle. That was the only thing that brought me genuine. I was like, this is funny, and
he
I
was
like
like
this.
one of the worst characters in the whole movie, though.
Yeah, but
his character was I don't even know. His character was borderline useless.
What happened? Then at the end, he explodes himself
So-
somehow. What was that about?
So
It was not explained at all.
He has like
He set up explosives down one of the secret corridors, and he had set up a camera there.
right.
That
Because
was
that's where
motion
he
sensor.
is.
Yeah.
He is like right, and he's set up all his gear and everything there so he can hack into NORAD, and he's got the camera, and then on the gate to get like out of there, he's like lined it with explosives, so if somebody tries to get in, it's like booby trapped.
And at the end of the movie, they very quickly get rid of all the major villains. It's like, this guy dies, his head gets blown up by grenades.
Yeah.
The other guy
That's pretty
dies.
cool.
How did the crazy guy with the mustache die?
The tour guide hits him, right?
Oh, the tour guy
the
beats
tour-
him
oh
up.
my
with
God.
The antique
Oh
fucking
my
set. I can't
God,
believe
that's
forgot
right, I
that.
forgot.
First of all, this guy, they put in a hostage situation, and immediately the tour guy goes up to this guy with a gun and goes, "Oh, excuse me, I have to be careful. Those are very..." No, you don't do that.
Well,
this guy
he
is going to
cares,
shoot you.
and then as he's bashing this this guy's head in with this Chinese artifact that's in the German. You're right.
It was
a
a German
one.
clock.
Yeah. He's like, "Get out of my White House!" or something. He's screaming. You know.
Anyway,
that's
so
crazy.
they kill off
So,
that guy. I love the way James Woods died.
But wait, we didn't even McPoyle's death. So he has.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the only thing that bothered me about that. He's escaping because everyone else dies before James Woods, and so he's the last one, and so he's running out, and then he scans his card against the C4 he had set up.
Yeah. So
And
like
it says,
deactivate it so he can
doesn't
leave.
work.
He like rubs it on his shirt. It's supposed to be like funny, I guess. It's supposed to be
Just
humorous.
confusing.
I don't
the new
understand why
phone?
he didn't. Like, what happened?
Because well,
went
exactly. Well, I don't.
Did someone set it up
They
for
make
that to
it look,
happen, or
too.
did he make a mistake?
No, he screwed up because when Channing Tatum when you first see it, Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx, they're trying to get through there and they find the explosive and it's like, oh, and he's like, "Don't touch my toys," he says, and then they're like, oh, Channing Tatum's like, whoa, we don't want to touch this, and then so they have to leave. So then when he's coming out, Boyle.
Do Tatum again?
Whoa. Oh, come on, man. I told you not to go. I told you not to go in there. Why'd you do that? Why don't you listen to me? Oh,
Oh my god!
you're talking to a TV,
All right.
Channing. So anyway, so then you think, oh, okay, well, he knows how to disarm his own bomb, right?
Right.
So then he's swiping the card. Apparently he doesn't. Apparently he's the biggest fucking idiot.
But he's
Who
the
would have
best
thought that
hacker.
Skip Taylor, Hacker King,
King Hacker.
would have had that issue?
With his own bomb.
Oh my god.
And then James Woods died. This was the funniest thing for me. In front of his child, he busts through with the car, pops up with the Gatling gun. I don't know. Did he say a one-liner or something?
no.
No.
think
He
So the
says,
kid's there looking, going, And he
a
goes,
minigun on James Woods.
She's like, get down. Somebody says to go. He's like, get down, or look away. Yeah, and he's like, zoop, turns around with this minigun.
and there's like no blood in this movie. Is it like? Is it?
I think it was PG-13.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no gore.
Yeah, and
at least if there was gore, that would have.
Right.
Everything was just
It would have been Swiss cheese. It would have been like soup.
He would have just.
It would have been like,
vaporized.
yeah, it would have seriously, because he's shooting him for about 30 seconds.
And also, I don't
with that
I don't think
minigun.
the presidential limo can survive an onslaught of like a gauze gun.
Well, they set
a
it up because,
mounted
like, did you
machine
know
gun.
that the presidential limo is an 18
was on the tour. It was on the tour.
tons? They said.
No, it is really heavy.
Is it 18
I don't know
tons?
if it's 18 tons. It might be.
In the movie, they said 18 tons, and I was like, is it 18? I mean, how much is a regular car? One? A regular limo?
Oh, I have no idea.
1 ton?
But I
don't
know, no, those cars are specially built, and they're like.
I know. Have you?
They're like
I know. I've seen
fortresses.
like the door when they open the doors to the limo. Like if you watch the president like get out of the limo and stuff, and they open it, their doors are like fucking
Yeah,
so
thick
thick.
glass.
They're enormous.
They're built to withstand blasts from like the bottom, the sides.
Yeah. So maybe it is conceivable that they could.
Yeah. But no, I don't know if that nonstop. I don't know.
Channing Tatum handles that limo very
Slow
well,
motion
by the way.
explosion upside down
I
into
would
a
think.
pool.
I would think that an 18-ton vehicle takes a little while to get going. You can't just like zip out.
No, they're pretty powerful. I think
Oh yeah.
they're
Must have,
made.
like,
think
a
about
super
it.
engine.
If they have to leave with the president,
That's
they're-
true.
They're made to
They
go.
must have like an insane engine
Yeah.
in it. That's pretty crazy.
That's the thing, though. That's how. That's the only realistic portrayal of any of the security that I bought.
The car.
Yeah, but even then, I don't think that car can survive that kind of onslaught. But
Yeah. Well, it basically doesn't
yeah,
in the end because
I don't know, this movie-
the car gets destroyed and it ends up in the fountain. And so, all right, let's get to the end here because we're tired of going on about this.
but haven't we already talked about the end?
no,
already?
the twist ending we haven't even
That's
gotten
right.
to yet.
There's a
think we
big
mentioned
twist
it.
ending.
Yeah, oh, okay. So then it turns out that Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Do you think most of
in
the
the
people
middle
who are
of the
going to listen
movie-
to this have seen the movie already, or
Oh
going to
God, no.
listen
If-
to
no,
it
no.
to see if they should watch it?
I don't think so.
I don't know. They don't have to. They can just listen to this. I mean, I wouldn't recommend spending your money to see this movie. Don't spend the money. It costs $10.50 for us to go see it.
I know. I got to pay you back.
Well,
Yeah, you do.
For Dexter, it did.
Per ticket. Yeah, I had to buy all 3 tickets, $10.50. Yeah, because we had to see it. It was only in the special THX theater.
Oh,
so,
yeah. So twist ending.
Oh, so twist ending. Basically, Maggie Gyllenhaal had initiated a search of some kind for no reason to find out something. I don't know. And then it turns out that they discover that someone else had been issuing codes to James Woods
Yeah.
to help him, and so this isn't over. She says, "This is,"
It
and
was
then
the
you find out
squirrel.
that would have been
good.
amazing. That would have been amazing.
That would have
if
turned
in-
the whole movie
if
around
in the
for me.
birdhouse that the squirrel is at is like some kind of secret.
They
But
break
no.
it open. He has like little computers and stuff.
The squirrel's working.
You know, I thought it would have been a good twist if it was like just like it was. But,
We didn't even get to the twist
yeah, we
yet.
didn't get the
Hold
twist.
on,
No,
hold on.
no, no,
Before that,
We haven't even talked what the twist actually was.
if when James Woods was like reaching for the button, if he actually pressed it and he launched like 50 nukes, wouldn't expect that, huh?
I wish. They did start World War III. That would have been awesome. So the twist is that it's the Speaker of the House was the other guy, and
Was
he was
supplying
in
him the
too
codes
deep
and stuff.
with the defense companies.
Yeah.
And so they set up this plan where Jamie Foxx, who was shot but he is okay, perfectly fine, where Channing Tatum comes out and says, "Oh, the president's dead. You know, he didn't make it." And so immediately the new president, this former speaker, is like, well, we got to get right back into the Middle East, arm our troops, send them in, blah, 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 start another war, all
Out
this
comes
stuff.
Jamie Foxx, and
And he's
everyone's
like,
like,
oh, no, well, then he goes, before that even, it was the most ridiculous exchange. Because he basically is like, oh, I have, he's like, I know what you did, you son of a bitch. He's like, oh, what, you got proof? You got proof? So he basically immediately owns up to yeah, I did it, but where's your proof?
Right.
And so then they come up with some cockamamie thing about the beepers or whatever. Well, he has a beeper and you had a beeper, so you guys are villains. And then
the Beeper Brothers.
strike again, toppling governments. So then,
Damn.
then what the fuck happens? Then the president's like, oh, I'm still alive. And then it's like, General, arrest this man. After they accuses him and he comes out and he's like, admits to what he did and everything. And then they get back. They all get in the helicopter. Channing Tatum is announced as Special Agent Kale, so he got the job. He's like, come on, little girl, let's go on the helicopter. They go with the president. Right. And then they got my favorite part of the movie.
Oh,
it's the very end. This is my favorite part of the movie.
This was a good part.
Where they go, He's like, go ahead, tell him. And they go, Mr. President, the past hour, we've been getting calls from all over the globe. China, Russia, he names like other countries.
Every country.
They all want to sign your peace treaty, whatever.
What?
And then,
what?
Because I don't even think we talked about this yet. Because that was in the beginning of the movie. He wants to get all these countries to sign this thing.
Right.
For world peace. And it's like going to be impossible. So then after all this...
We're taking troops out of... Were we in Iran? Is that what the movie's about? Or we were planning to go in? Or
I guess. I don't even think... No, we weren't... We had done a mission in Iran, but it was like a black ops thing, I think.
Oh, and that's what killed the guy's son?
That's what killed his son. And he wasn't upset that it killed his son. He was like, we didn't go far enough now.
Right.
But yeah, I was like, this is
movie
amazing.
Ends with
this
world
is
peace.
Amazing. It's like, you did it.
Ends
like,
with the Lincoln Memorial.
They put like a nice... Yeah, and then they have to go... The president wants to do the thing again. Maggie Gyllenhaal delivered her lines so badly. Not only were they bad lines, she delivered them as bad as you could imagine.
What the hell is going on,
You did
man?
it, Mr. President. The president wants to do the thing again. Like, oh, the thing! Where he flies. That's where you're supposed to feel as the audience.
If you worked on this movie, would you be like, I'm proud I was part of this?
No, I would be out there. I'd be like, get me Larry King. Put him back on TV. I got to talk to him. I'd be like, this is the biggest piece of shit ever.
Now...
I am ashamed that this movie was made. This movie cost $150 million.
How
much do you think it's
what?
going to
makes
make?
me sick.
Where did that go?
We just saw this Friday morning, so it came out last night. I want to look at the numbers.
The sad thing is it'll make its money.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Yeah, you're probably right.
His films make money. Because he does all these disaster films and things like that, but they're just they're all filled with the same terrible writing and bad thrown together story.
You know what it is? Because the last Roland Emmerich movie I saw in theaters was Godzilla, and then I never saw anything again. I should have seen his other movies first.
You've seen The Patriot.
Yeah, The Patriot I've seen. I haven't
movie.
seen 2012.
I like The Patriot, I gotta say.
Awesome movie.
I like The Patriot too.
It's bad in its own way, still. Burp. But I didn't realize that he directed. He's not. He's obsessed with like ruining American history.
Yeah,
and,
American iconography and like showing you different like historical locations.
He didn't
like
do the National Treasure movies, right? That was like was Turtletaub or something. Jonathan Turtletaub, I think. Nicolas Cage.
No.
Now let's talk about the other people in the audience.
Oh man,
because I did not like where you sat us.
I said it opens with
because
1.35 million.
Well, and we just saw it Friday morning, so already since midnight, and it's now like 1:30 in the afternoon. In like around 12 hours, it made $1 million, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see.
I already had red flags as soon as we walked in here because I was thinking, who goes to a movie at 9 a.m.? First of all,
Yeah,
and
first
you
of all,
sat
they
by
were
this-
going
people by themselves.
We
right,
went to see
exactly.
this.
Because you know why? They want to be by themselves, and then you sat right in front of one of those crazy people, and I was looking back the whole time, thinking this guy's gonna take out a knife.
No,
so crazy.
That guy was not
It's gonna
didn't
be
look
like
a
it's
knife
gonna be
wielder.
like these guys sat by me on my 9 o'clock
That guy-
on Friday movie.
That guy
They
was
dare
the
sit by
fattest
me?
man.
I didn't take a look around. too
No,
much.
basically, because we went up, the theater, that screen was enormous, and I was like, oh, I got to go back further to the back of the theater, otherwise I'm going to get, like, motion sickness.
Even when we were sitting, I was thinking like this is where you should sit when you consider being near to the front of the theater. Like I can't, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
The theater seats should start from where we were and keep going back because that screen is gigantic.
It was massive. And so we sat down in the middle of the row, and apparently, I didn't even realize it. The guy was wearing a shirt that was the same color as the seats.
Said
by the
White
way.
House down
And
with a Roland Emmerich.
He was holding
It
the
was-
American flag.
it was a sweaty-looking fat guy, right? I was sitting right behind, and then I kept thinking he was falling asleep because I would hear these.
It's just normal breathing.
Yeah, because then I would hear him laugh at a joke from the movie that was
He
terrible.
was having a funny dream.
And yeah, I couldn't believe it. So, and then boss keeps like looking at me. I could see you like looking at the guy, turning around and looking at him. Because and then the only thing I got nervous about, I was like, this guy is either gonna die behind me, okay, or he's going to like, evacuate something. Like he's gonna shit, or he's gonna like vomit on me. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was afraid of.
Wow.
Then the other funny thing was there was a
You just hear
guy
him snorting.
sitting down from Oxnard, and I think like after they
Cracking open beers?
they caught the Speaker of the House. After that, he just cracks open a Coke.
Oh, the guy.
And he
yeah.
crosses his legs. He's like, "Yep, America."
Oh, that was hilarious.
It's like another good movie.
Take this man away. They say in the movie, the speaker, like, General, take him into custody. Yes, sir. Yes. And then you hear, man, that is cold, refreshing justice.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
That
man.
was great. He was
That
like
was classic.
70 too. That was the funny part.
And then, and then basically, after the movie, I just couldn't stop laughing because of the way it ended. Mr. President, gotten calls from all over the globe.
Oh my God.
They all want to sign your treaty. You did it, sir.
Well, I'm glad you guys. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. That's all I'll say.
I'm never gonna say it again.
Well, like I said,
Well, you definitely got more out of it.
I think it's
than
the
me.
like I said, I think it's the biggest piece of one of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I
So you
totally
wouldn't
regret
recommend it?
paying for it.
No, I don't
completely.
recommend it.
No,
I
you
don't
must
recommend
wait
it.
till it's free and you can glimpse at it while you're doing something
I
else and
think-
not really paying attention.
Well, exactly. Watch it when it comes on cable. Sure, why not? If you don't mind wasting
If you have nothing
2
to
hours.
do, if it's like pouring outside and
If there is nothing else on.
right, like literally.
Like
If
usually
you-
there's
if you lose-
usually there's a bunch of Roland Emmerich movies on those days.
Yeah, if
Maybe
your
the
TV
power's
doesn't
down
work
or
and no other
something.
channels work except the old White House Down channel, all your CDs and DVDs burned.
All White
You're
House
out
Down
of like
channel.
paint to paint the walls with, so you can't watch it dry.
You don't have a copy of the book the movie was based on.
don't have any
you're
books.
watching
You don't have any
WHT
pets.
32.
If you're just basically a head in a jar with no other means of doing anything else, and this is the only thing on, then yeah.
Can you imagine
Give
if
it a
like
watch.
the only thing you've ever known is this movie? What would you think
That'd
the
be
world
great.
is like?
I mean,
just
if
blew
you've never
my
seen a movie
mind.
before, this was a really good movie to see.
Take your children.
I think.
Take your children to. No, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I just think it was hilarious because it was so awful.
Maybe
but,
squirrels.
I mean, I think it's
like if you have a pet squirrel, you might get something out of it because
well, I think it's
squirrels in
very.
a positive
I
light.
think it's very anti-squirrel. This movie. I wouldn't
Really?
take squirrels to see it. Yeah, Channing Tatum clearly hates squirrels. So does the Speaker of the House, and the Speaker of the House.
Yeah,
is
but the
a
squirrel's
monster.
doing his own thing. Squirrel don't care. Maybe Spanish fleas. They might get a
See,
kick
this
out of it.
movie is Roland Emmerich and this movie are what's wrong with the movie industry. This movie was $150 million. All of his movies are so outrageously expensive to make. I mean, I don't know how much. I'm curious to know how much this money this movie's going to
I'll be
bring in.
keeping track of it because
And,
I feel like I'm.
I mean,
part
we
of
were
it.
talking about that article that was online that Spielberg and Lucas had done an interview, and they were talking about the direction the movie industry is going and how it's going to collapse. I mean,
It's gonna implode on itself.
this movie is a clear indication of that it's going in that direction. Oh, we saw that preview for that fucking movie Thor.
Oh,
Thor
made me
2.
laugh.
That was
I
hilarious.
see that guy just laugh. I don't know why.
That guy is
I don't
like
know
terrible.
why, I don't know why his hammer's so small. It's such a little thing, you know? Like, why wouldn't he have like a giant one?
What
His
do you want? A
hammer should be
warhammer?
Yeah!
Well, he has to be able to like.
He throws
use
it
one
around
hand. He
and
has to
stuff.
It
punch.
could still be huge and you could throw it around.
He's a
I don't think it's
god
necessary,
after all.
though.
I mean,
Because it's not like anyone else can use it. Like even the Hulk couldn't pick it up. Remember? He could summon it from any location.
I'm not gonna sit here and talk about. I hate Thor.
Do you like the Avengers?
I thought the Avengers were okay. Yeah, I thought Thor was the worst part of the Avengers.
It is.
I hate that actor. I just hate that guy. I think
What
he's
is his
terrible.
name?
I don't even know. He's a terrible actor.
Well, girls like him, I guess.
The only thing he was good in was he's in the very beginning of the of Star Trek, the first revamp movie, where in the opening scene when the Romulan ship comes out and his he's Kirk's dad in the beginning that dies. He was great in that. That was it. Never seen him
Really?
good in
He
anything
played
else.
that role?
Yeah, that was him.
Wow.
The father that dies in the beginning. Yeah, my God.
Any
this-
other trailers? All the oh man. I
Oh,
wish the movie just
God,
started.
that
I'm
Steve-
telling you, those trailers piss me off so much.
Yeah, because they're appealing to the people who would go and see this movie, like the masses that would go and see this movie and enjoy it. they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll give them these previews because then they'll go see this. And what was the most disturbing one was the one where it's the movie about Steve Jobs, and Ashton Kutcher plays Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Boss just shaking his head.
It was so stupid.
That is so horrifying.
One word. Horrifying.
I mean, it looks just god awful. I mean, why did you make a movie about Steve Jobs?
I remember there was one
And
that
then-
really pissed me off.
It wasn't the Jobs one because that one pissed me off.
That one pissed me
Ashton
off.
Kutcher as Steve.
That Leonardo
Jobs.
DiCaprio one is starting to piss me off.
Oh, I want to see that actually. The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, but that trailer, man, I'm not liking that trailer at all. It's really
the trailer might not be good, but I mean Martin Scorsese. I mean, and I like Leonardo
but that trailer
DiCaprio.
is
I'm sure the
making it
movie's
look
going to be
horrible.
really good. Yeah, the trailer's a little annoying.
what was the
There
one?
was another one. I forget.
There
too,
were like
but
6.
There was
or
one
7.
that I think.
Yeah, they kept
we're
going.
They showed
thinking-
Elysium
trying to
again.
Think of it.
I noticed every single trailer had
were
a
like-
suitcase full of money. It was always about someone running some.
Oh
scam.
God, with Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, right,
Shoot
yes.
two guns.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
wow,
Oh
that was
man,
bad.
that looks so bad. Yeah, these two guys rob a bank.
Jesus
Turns out, and then
Christ.
Denzel's like, "Oh, I'm DEA," and Mark Wahlberg's like, "I'm Special Forces," and then they hate each other.
I seriously,
I didn't get
I
it.
want to just scream.
That movie. So it was
Why?
Ashton
not
Kutcher,
healthy, is
Steve
it?
Jobs, terrible Mark Wahlberg movie, Thor 2. The fuck? It's not looking good, America. There is not too much to look forward to.
Or 2.
Natalie Portman reprises his role as the dumb, stupid bitch.
I'm laughing too because I
that
always
is
think-
hopelessly in love with Thor, who's a moron.
I think of the South Park episode that makes fun of Thor.
Open
the
your
History
porthole. God, what the hell else was there? The Elysium trailer again. One of the other trailers. I think that was it.
That was
much.
about it. Yeah.
Oh. And then we got to watch White House Down after.
White House down.
I was just glad that the movie was starting by the time the previews are over. Oh.
Yeah. All right. So final recommendational things just to wrap it up.
How many
conclusions.
yawns, boss? What'd you think?
Boss, I think, is the only one who liked it. Like genuinely enjoyed it.
Well, I'm not trying to be.
No, but you got something out of it.
I'm not trying to overthink it. I mean,
Right.
movies are for entertainment. All right. I regret paying for $10 for it. Absolutely.
Well, we haven't paid yet.
No, that's true.
It's been paid. There is a debt here that is owed.
That will be paid.
A very serious debt.
But I wasn't bored, really. It was terrible, but I wasn't bored.
I wasn't bored.
I was only bored with the first half hour.
Yeah.
Because I was like, all right, let's go.
I certainly wasn't bored.
In that way, it was entertaining. That's why I said I liked it.
I mean, I thought it was
But here's the thing: like,
hilarious because it was
when you're
awful.
being tortured, you're not bored. If someone's poking you in the ribs with a toothpick, you're not bored.
That's true.
Well, I find boredom torturous.
There you go. So I wasn't bored. So you weren't bored either, Oxnard.
No, I just said
You
I
just
wasn't
absolutely hated it, and we're about to walk out.
bored. I don't really. I feel like something inside me has changed.
Oh man.
I'm having a crisis. And,
I just think it was hilarious. But
so.
all right.
See it? Go. Don't see it.
It's up to you, people, really. But I would say save your money. You're not missing anything unless you want to see something so hilariously bad.
Okay, here's this. If you're drunk with your friends, let's say you go out drinking,
Oh, yeah.
let's go to the movie. Show up half an hour late, you'll have a great time.
That's true. That's true. I think that's what Roland Emmerich did every day making the movie. Showed up half an hour late, drunk, and had a great time.
So there you go.
All right. Goodbye.
See you around.